Welcome to another episode of the Global Game Pod, where we focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's football.
What a goal from Ronaldo! It is absolutely magnificent. It is David Beckham!
With Coach Rudy and friends, this is Global Game Pod.
Welcome to another episode of the Global Game Pod, brought to you by CKB Interiors. You know what to do if you need a kitchen or a bedroom. Moving on to my guest. Hey, some of you might recognize him, Mr. Soccer and that. Yeah.
We got Rud, man.
What's happening is Mr. Ibi. What is happening, Ibi?
Yes, my bro. Big up Rud, man. That's my big four from ends, man. What are you saying, Rud? You good?
I'm good. What are you saying, man?
I'm good, man. Just chilling, man. Just getting by.
Getting by.
Man.
That's what I was gonna ask, man. How you getting on in this quarantine period?
All right, man. We just had a little word about it beforehand, man. I've got things to do in it, so I'm keeping myself busy in it. But now it's time to keep myself fit as well, in it. Because at the moment, I'm just getting fat, man. Just getting fat because obviously I'm injured in it, so you know it's tough to.
I was gonna start with that because normally I always like to go back, like when you're in your younger days, even though you're still young anyway. But I want to start there, man, because you're injured, so you've been used to this lifestyle a little bit already before the quarantine, isn't it?
100%. Because even before the lockdown, my uni went on strike as well, innit? So I didn't have to go uni. I went to work every now and again, had a couple shoots. So really and truly, for the last potentially like even 3 to 4 months, I've just been doing this, innit? So at first it was mad. It was like, what did I do myself? Like I thought I was gonna go crazy, but obviously now I've got 101 things to do. So it's nice to stay busy and productive, innit? So that's my aim, just stay as busy as productive as possible, get things done. And to be honest, you never know what comes from it, man. Like at the moment, I've got stuff I'm building up to. I can't really say right now. So it's good, man. It's good, man. You just have to make the most of this time, man. This is the time to make stuff happen, man.
100%. And we're meaning to have you on for a couple of weeks even, but it's just not come to fruition. But here we are, man. Here we are. So doing what I always do. This was a bit different because normally I got all the tech in the world. You understand? I got wingers and I got 10s and I got forwards. And now I got a goalkeeper. This is my first goalkeeper interview. You know, like the first things first. Yeah, before I start anyway. Yeah, you have to. Is it true what they say? You got to be a little bit mad to be a goalkeeper.
You know what? Yeah. I can't lie. I personally didn't think it, innit? But then I started to realize I'm actually not like a lot of my family saying it like at home, but like it's just weird, bro. Like I swear down, goalkeepers are not normal. Like even if you ask the man about Baiteze, like, I'm not normal. Like it's so weird, bro. It's hilarious, but to an extent, it's very true still. Like it's different, man. It's different.
Alright, so let's go all the way back. So when does football start for you, and what age and where really? Because obviously you're from the end, you're new and based. So where does football start for you, man?
Fam, like I remember, man. You know Plastic Park, innit?
Yeah.
Plastic Park. You live near there as well. So obviously, my older brother's upstairs. He went to a ball session there, innit? What's his? You know him as well, Farry and Coach Saj.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Lives on. Everyone has a different name for. It. But
yeah.
Saj, the referee.
Okay, boy. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So obviously, I went to go watch my brother in it, and I remember exactly what I was wearing. I was wearing brown jeans, brown top. Like the drip was not on. Like it was just dead. So and I was just like a fat little kid. Just watching my brother play football, and I was just eating on the side just to stay outside. And like it wasn't an important session. So Coach Sad he came up to me and was like, yo, you might as well just join in. You might as well just join in now. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm trying to get involved. These lot are older than me. Like I'm trying to get involved. So he was just like, just come play in goal. So I just like played in goal, and bro, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I was wearing brown clothes, so I didn't mind it getting dirty, but I had just started diving. I played all right, and from there, I just enjoyed football. So I joined Coach Taj's side on a Sunday. First it was called Valence. I don't know if you remember it, Valence.
Yeah, no, Valence.
And then it turned to London Napsa. I think London Napsa are still active now, isn't it? Are they? Yeah, here and missing it.
I'm not saying nothing about London Napsa, bro. Like,
yeah, let's see the politics there.
I spoke about London Napsa previous episodes, and let's just say it didn't go down too well. So let's just a bit mad. Okay, cool. So yeah, man, and the thing that was crazy about it was Valence and Napsa. We basically had the same players, we just changed the name of the team, but we were the best team in the league. Like, we was the best team in the league. Like, I don't know what it was. We were the best team in the league. We used to win a cup or a league every year, or we used to come out top of the league, top 2, 3. So what age is this about, roughly around?
Under, I'll send you a picture of the team. I've got a picture for you to put it up in the thing. Probably like under 9s to 13, 14 I was there. Okay. So I was there for a good, like, that's where I really started my career. But the difference about our team was we were all Asian. It's literally all Asian, Gujarati, Pakistani, Bangladesh. Yeah, even Bangladeshi, man. It was mad, like. So for us, it was like, like, we're all Asian. And the teams we used to play against are not all Asian. So instantly, you're like, cool, we might lose, but we used to win every game. I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if our coaches was unreal or the players were unreal, but we used to win every game. And especially as you're young, when you win, you want to play more in it. So I feel like that's really what kind of driven me to keep kicking ball, especially when I was young. So once I started winning, I was like, cool, I need to play primary school now. Then I need to play as much as possible out on the road back in the day when everybody used to play on the road. So it was like, we were an Asian team and we just kept on winning. Like, and it was weird because you know how the parents used to come do the sideline. I remember one time my dad done Lionel. My dad was Lionel, bro. I love my dad. He was born in India, came here, been here for like 20 years. He doesn't know the offside rule. So I swear, but he don't know the offside rule for anything. Like, so he was even like to me, like he even tells me this now. Like, he's like to me, I swear down, I literally just put the line up when I thought you have to put the line up. Like, it was just like, it was mad. Like, we just wasn't expected to win.
Does he know the offside rule now though?
Bro, I don't know, man. I actually don't know. It's just funny, man. But yeah, man. But like, it was just weird. And sometimes being an all predominantly Asian team, you used to feel very uncomfortable. I can't lie, especially where you're at once a flat. So everyone was at once a flats at the time, where there's so many different teams.
Yeah. And
you're walking to your pitch, and you're just like. You're just walking like, rah, like this is me, like this is me, the Asian boy, and people are just looking at you like, it was just weird, man. Like it wasn't, you didn't get, you know when you just get a weird vibe, it was just like that, man. It was just like that. And so it's just, I don't know, man, it was just weird. So, and then after, I was like, cool, I need to step up my career, and this is the best thing I've ever done. My family was like to me, like, okay, cool, you enjoy playing football, you're still young. If you want to step up to the next step of your career, and we spoke about this before, we need to step away from playing with our friends and playing with the Asian community and really push ourselves in it. Like, really push ourselves and play with the mandem, play with anyone and everyone, but you can't just stick to your roots, because that's when you really feel comfortable in yourself and you're like, okay, cool, I'm very comfortable, I'm not going to push myself.
Yeah, I think that's more the case, isn't it? It's not a case of not playing with Asian players. Because I couldn't say that. It would just make me a hypocrite, because I run an academy which is predominantly Asian. So I think it's more playing outside of your comfort zone. So
yeah, I'm not saying that.
I think times have evolved anyway. I think times have evolved in a sense where you were playing at that age. What we're going back 10, 12, 13 years, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going back
11 years.
10, 11 years. So back then, I can understand that point, that, you know, because it was a very, very comfortable environment that we were in.
No, 100%.
But now I think the times have changed, where, because the coaching has changed, because the model has changed, and especially where based on my academy, it's like I keep saying, we're trying to bridge that gap between grassroots and academy football. So we take football very, very seriously in terms of like we do trials, we release players,
100%.
Discipline, all of that. So boys are not with their friends for long. They make friends, obviously. That's part and parcel.
Yeah, that's part of the game, isn't it?
That's part and parcel of football, but it's not a case where it's basically we're competing for a shirt. So whether you're friends or you're not friends,
like as much as a young age you need to enjoy ball, but to get better and whatever your aim is in football, to get better, you need to have that competitive edge. That's just my opinion, innit? Like, this is why I rate what you men are doing. Like, I've told you this. We went out at that time to eat, just me and you, and I told you this, like, how much I respect what you men are doing, because it's like you men are giving the Asian community a chance to really progress to the next level. Like, with us, man, it was like we played together and we thought, yeah, we're gonna play together until we retire. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no sense that, okay, cool, one day there could be a chance. And I know we're young, and I know like we shouldn't be thinking like this, but if you want to make it to the top, I can't lie, you have to think that you're going to continue to get better.
Oh yeah. Listen, I think that's what this is the thing though. The younger generation has changed as well, because I think that within themselves they've got this competitive drive now. Where I want to be a pro footballer. What do I have to do? And then the parents, obviously, now it's like you were saying, your dad didn't know the offside rule. My dad couldn't tell you the offside rule to save his life as well. But now I'm a dad, so this third generation parent, do you understand? It's
man.
We're changing it. We're changing the model up a little bit. We know.
Like, don't get me wrong here. Like, speaking about parents, this one thing I want to say as well. Like, my parents, like, don't get me wrong. My parents have supported me with ball. Like, there was a time, even like 4 years ago when I left sixth form. Now, like 3 years ago when I left sixth form, I was like, okay, mum, dad, like, I'm quitting ball now. Like, it was amazing. I had some amazing opportunities. I got to travel the world. I played in front of X amount of people. I played at pro club stadiums. They was like, no, you're not. Like, you're not quitting football. Like, there's no way you're quitting football. You came so far, regardless if you make it pro or not, you do something that you enjoy, and you clearly enjoy it. So why would you quit? And from a young age, there was like, play football. But even when I wanted to decide, okay, cool, I want to try and make this pro team, there was like, okay, cool, keep working, inshallah, it'll happen. But I know parents, I'm not saying I know parents, but let's be real, there's Asian parents that are just like, you're not kicking ball. Play with your boys. But even if you think about taking it seriously, think again. Like, you're going to become a doctor. And it's such a cliche thing, but it's facts. Like, it's so much facts. Like, doctor, lawyer, but like,
a career, it's like, a career.
Exactly that. And my parents were never like, don't play football. They was like, play football. They used to give me money to go. When I went on trial to like 5 clubs, they used to give me money like to spend. They used to always support me. They used to let me, because when you're trying to make this pro team from a young age, you're doing stuff that your age potentially wouldn't do, by like going to 5 clubs, staying for like 3, 4, 5 to a week, like at the age of 14. Like that's like, as a dad, you'll find that a bit like, rah, like my 14-year-old son's gonna wait for a week, and like, you build that trust with your parents. Like, my parents have that trust with me, but some parents, they just wouldn't allow to do. I'm talking about Asian parents in general. Like, and I was just very lucky that I had that support, which I genuinely believe that is why I'm not saying I'm a pro, but at this moment in time, I'm enjoying football a lot. And before I got injured, I was making a certain amount of money from it. Do you know what I mean? And even now, like, I'm getting amazing opportunities. Like, you see what I get to do. Like, I'm getting amazing opportunities from it. So I feel like this whole thing with Asians parents is just a bit hit and miss, man. Like, I just feel like Asian parents just need to allow their sons to. I feel like this generation is a bit different, but me growing up, and especially you growing up, it was very tough. Do you know what I mean? Like, for you, like tell me about like your situation when you was growing up. Like, it was tough for you, innit?
Oh yeah, growing up was a myth, mate. You get a trial opportunity, and oh mate, so it's a tough conversation to have at home, you know, because
exactly.
Well, that local club is Orient and West Ham, and unfortunately, fortunately, whatever you want to look at it, I didn't get offered to go on trial at those clubs. So the closest club I trialed at was at Fulham, and that's not. That's
like all the way. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you understand? And it was a case of, it was late as well. It was late into my playing.
That's what it is, man. Like, when I was on trial at Cambridge, so Cambridge, like, that's Quay. I used to be getting the train. I used to get home at like 1 a.m. and this was GCSE year. So like, what's going on? My parents said that, right, like, my son's GCSE year, he wants to make this football team happen. and he's there coming home at 1 a.m. Not doing anything dumb, not doing anything dumb that he shouldn't be doing. Like, he's trying to make his dream come true, but he's coming home at 1 a.m. just to see you. But my parents, they had that trust in me that I would get what I needed to get done with my GCSEs, and I'll also try my best with this football thing. And alhamdulillah, they believed in me, and one worked out, but the one that I would rather want to work out, so I would rather have football and education work out than just football and not education. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather have education and not football. But like, the reason I didn't get signed at Cambridge, there's a lot of politics in it, like potentially racist. Like, it's a bit of a weird one to go into. We'll go into a bit later in it, like just being an Asian footballer growing up. So yeah, man, I just feel like Asian parents just need to allow their kid, whether it's a boy or a girl, to just express themselves at a young age, man. Yeah, like, I'm young now, and I'm still trying to try new things and express myself. My parents are all. But
I look at it from a different perspective, in your sense anyway, because I look at your brother, for example, who's a couple of years older than you, yeah.
1 year older than me.
1 year older than me. I look at what he's doing, and he's trying to make it on the YouTube scene, and he's doing his thing. And you know what? I watch his stuff, like.
Yeah, man. He's
just because I watch. See, the thing with what it is about the Asian community is, and what I find is, we are very good to be a victim. We're very good to throw cards here, there. We're very good being negative. And I was one of those guys. So I know exactly what that is. Because I was that guy. I was that guy. Like, why is he getting opportunity? And I was that guy. So now when I look at it, I don't care who the person is. I'm just looking at them thinking, all right, what's he doing? Like, your brother's not doing football thing. He's doing like his own, he's got his own concept.
Like his own YouTube thing about his life and what way he's going.
That's it. So when I look at that, I'm like, fair play. Do you get me? If I can support that, I'm supporting it. In whichever way possible. Yeah. You understand? Even if that means by just viewing it, I'll do that. But I like his stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually enjoy watching his stuff. It's quite enlightening. And especially the last episode that he took out, it was very, very well done. Like, the whole thing was quite well done, not just a story. You understand?
It was like the editing, the thing. And the thing is, it's just like I'll be so real with you. He learned all of that himself. Like, he's upstairs editing a new video right now. Like, he learned all of it, like the editing. He learned that within a month. And it wasn't like he bought anything. It was self-made. And I feel like that in itself doesn't get enough credit. Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
And it's the same like from this time. Like, when I started this podcast, it was like, how do I do this? What do I do? Why do I do it? And then I can see the traditional podcast, because I did that as well. So I have like put my fingers in a lot of pies as well. Do you understand? Like, I tried to do different things. So I didn't like the audio podcast. I was like,
it's dead. It's dead. It's just like I'm talking. I'm basically like, if I'm here, I'm basically talking to my kitchen. Like, it's better when you can see each other's emotions. Like, this is why I enjoy this a lot more. Like, even the Ronaldo shirt on your back. If I would normally do it in my room, innit, but I just can't. My room's a state, innit. But yeah, man, it's just a lot easier, and it's just a lot more like connected. You're able to connect more.
But the thing is, I have to work out the edits, the where it goes, how it works, everything like that. And then people always say, like, because I think this is me recording now, I think the 15th, 16th episode of this, during this quarantine, And people saying, oh, well, you're doing it, you're getting 100 views, 110 views. Why are you doing it? You're not getting paid for it, you're not doing nothing like that. I said, I'm learning a hustle.
Exactly, bro.
I'm learning a hustle. Do you know? If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, man, I tried and it didn't work out. Do you understand? So
like, before I even started making money from this football thing, bro, do you know how much money I lost from this football thing? Like, I was losing bread. And I was young losing bread, and this is the bread that my parents were giving me. So like, all the football from traveling, and that's expensive, man. Especially even when you're young, man. Like, this is why even as you're young, like, I shouldn't really be saying this, but I was bumping train. Like, I shouldn't really be saying this, but that's just the way it is, man. And like, you get these opportunities to showcase teams. You have to pay a bit there. Like, I was losing money, and now I can finally say that I'm earning money from my football team, whether it's partly of some of the stuff I do with Baiteze. So like, I got my first glove sponsor, like this brand, they give me a bit of bread, just here and there, get bread from like different opportunities. But I can finally say I'm making money from it. When I used to play Saturday football, I earned a bit of bread. So I'm finally saying I'm making money back from it. So sometimes you have to invest in yourself, whether if you're not losing anything or making a loss, you just have to invest in yourself. The money will come, but as long as you have the right intention, then that's it, like.
Yeah, no, 100%. I respect that. But now going back, obviously 14, you've come out the grassroots. You know, I don't know if you're still in the grassroots scene. What happens there? Because you've mentioned little bits and little snippets of you went to trials and you did X, Y, Z. So where did these trials consist of? Where did you trial? And how did they go?
So 14. What we are? So year 8, year 9. At this point, I'm still not taking football like seriously. I see myself just trying to become good, like become the best I've been. This time I left London App, so I'm playing for another Sunday side for Flanders.
Yep.
You know they play at Flanders Field.
Yeah, no.
They play there, so I'm playing there now, and I'm also playing for Newham, the district team. Right. And our team was unreal. Like our team was ridiculous. Like at the time we had Chelsea, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Stevenage, who now he plays for Barnsley, Leicester Pro now. So this is the name I remember. These are the top players, 7 players on our team, starting 11 that was playing for clubs. We were unreal. Like we got to the last 4 of the nationals. We lost in the final London Cup. Like we just had this thing that we just couldn't win anything, but we just got to like the final win it.
Yeah,
like, it was just really weird, man. It's just like some bogey thing, isn't it? But yeah, man, so I'm still not taking it seriously. And then I'm in year 10 now, and I'm playing a district game. I remember this. It was at Kingsford where you man do your thing.
Yeah.
And we played against Brighton and Hove, the borough of Brighton and Hove.
Okay.
I remember it was at Kingsford. It was the Nationals, and we was winning 1-0, and I was playing sick. And I was playing sick. My kicking, like from year 9 to 10, my kicking improved. My shape of just being, my presence improved. Everything just improved. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just a growth spurt. I don't know, man. It was weird. Like everything just improved within a certain amount of time. So I jump on now. We play at Kingsford, winning 1-0. Second half comes. One of my defenders clatters some striker, break his leg. So obviously he's on the pitch, and we can't get him off the pitch because his leg's broken in. But we need to complete the match because they came all the way from Brighton. Yeah. On a Saturday morning. So we're all going back to the change room, and some guys just sitting there. You know the benches outside the change room? Yeah. Some guys just sitting there. And like, he comes up to me. He was like, "Oh, you're right." And I'm just like, "Yeah." He was like, "Take a seat." He's like, "Your parents here today?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't really bring my parents to football matches. Just because my parents used to never come watch my football. Unless it's like a big game in the stadium. Yeah. It just wasn't a thing, like, which I totally understand. Like, they have their own lives, like, you know what I mean? I totally understand. And they're like, and he was like to me, "Oh, I'm a scout for Arsenal." I was like, "Right," like, and I remember all the man them, like, you know, the doors, they kind of trying to hear the conversation. Yeah. Like, if you just get scouted. So they're there, literally. I remember all the man them just listening to the conversation now. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a scout for Arsenal. Like, I really think you're doing well. There's a potential chance that you come down." So he gives me his card. I remember I still have his card upstairs. I don't know why I kept it. I just kept it. It's still upstairs in my room. So I go back into the change room now, and all the man was just like, "Yeah, man, Manchester Sky, da 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 da." And I'm just like, "Yeah, like I'll be real, I was so gassed. Like I literally went home.
Brave face. That brave face.
I was trying to be Bob. So then I went to my nan's house after. I was like, "Yeah, just this guy for Arsenal, this, that." And it just never went through. Like, they bought a keeper from Benfica, who's now at Everton, but the scout recommended me to Charlton. Okay. So I went on trial to Charlton now. And you have to understand, bro, I've never been on trial to a club, ever. I was just, as a keeper, I was very raw. Like, I was so raw as a goalkeeper. So go on trial now, and because I've been on trial to no clubs at Flanders, really got no. I wasn't playing for Flanders. I didn't really play for things, but I had no training kit, nothing. So I went on trial now, and at that age, they don't give you trial kit in it. Like, you don't get trial kits. I was like under 15 at the time. So go out with the goalkeepers, and I swear on my life, when I say the kit I wore was I wore a whole match kit. I swear on my life, I was with a number 1 at my back, like a bright orange kit with number 1 at my back, Adidas kit, and the shorts to match, because I had no training kit. I just wore the kit I wore previous years at Flanders, because I just didn't know how to approach the situation of me being on trial. I go now and I do well. Like, as much as a twat I look like, I do well. Like I actually do well. They call me back. And it just didn't go to anything. But one thing that I'm so happy happened from it, yeah. I remember they asked me, so basically the guy that scouted me, his friend was the one he recommended to. So he used to drive me home every night from training because he used to live around my area. So in the car, he was like to me, I need a left back. So I recommended my boy. Like, I had a lot of man in my time that could have recommended it. Like, they would have went from goalkeeper to left back just to get opportunity. Yeah. Like, they would have done anything. Recommended my boy because maybe like a month prior, we had a conversation about how much I remember the conversation. It was on the 104 next to Bantam Park. How much he wanted to, like, really push himself in it and just try and make this, because he had, like, it was such a good conversation. I realized, right, he actually wants to do this. Recommended him now. He went on trial. And he was there for so long. I don't know how he didn't get signed, but he even says to me that this is the time that he really developed and he got his first taste of academy football, like proper taste of academy football. And he never got signed. Then he went on to Wolves. Wolves didn't sign him. Then he went on to Leicester. Leicester signed him. Now he's still a pro at Leicester. He's played in the UEFA Champions League. Like, he's from Ends as well. He actually lives near you in Manor Park. But and honestly, like, the fact that he's still playing pro and he thanks me today from what I've done for him is like, cool, I didn't get signed, but my boy is doing his thing. Yeah. Partly because I helped him. And that's such a good feeling towards me. Do you get what I mean? Like, yeah, that honestly helps a lot. Like, the fact that I don't see him all the time, like, he's doing his thing. We drift apart as we older, innit? Cool. But every time we buck each other, he's like, he always has that respect for what I helped him with, innit? Whether it was intentional or not. Like, he always has that respect. That's why I respect him a lot. So, didn't get signed. And then from Charlton, I got referred to Cambridge. So, this was the next year. So, the Charlton scout called me up, was like, okay, cool. Got, obviously you didn't get signed at Charlton, but Cambridge are here now. And they need a goalkeeper for a scholar. So, I was like, okay, cool. Let's go try my luck. So my agent, who I had at the time, he takes me down every Saturday. I didn't train for them. I trained for them once. That's the time I came home mad late because it was just ridiculous. Like, it was just ridiculous. I trained for them one time, and the rest of the time I just woke up on Saturday morning and went to play against other clubs. So I remember the first time I'm going, like, these are white boys. Like, it was mad. Like, it was mad. Bunch of white boys, yeah. And they just, like, the first game was very calm. Because I played well. Because I played very well. It was against Gillingham. I played very well. And I got shagged. I don't know what it was, but they told me if I play very good against Gillingham, they'll sign me on the spot. Like, we'll discuss terms for everything. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. I just need to bad this game up. I badded this game up, kept a clean sheet, saved a pen, played sick. And they didn't offer me anything. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Like, you might have just wasted my time now. Like, but obviously, I can't say anything because, like, you just have to go with it, innit? So, the next game was against Leyton Orient. No, the next game was against Southend. I remember this game. I saw the video of it. And sometimes I look back at this video, was like, is that potentially the moment that is the reason I'm not a pro? It's mad because, like, it's crazy because, and it's little things. So what happened was I was playing sick the whole game. Unreal. A cross comes in, lack of concentration as a young goalkeeper. Even now, I lack concentration. I was playing sick beforehand. The ball, simple cross, roll on the floor. I went to just scoop it and it went under my legs and went in. Oh, no, and bro, I was so rattled. Like, I was like, raw, like, and I'm playing sick. Like, sometimes I even watch the videos back now and, like, you play so sick. Even before that. But after that, my performance level dropped. I was just rattled. I wasn't speaking anymore. Like, I was too on my line. And the coach came up to me after the game and was like, even if you made that mistake, but you carried on and showed us you had good mental strength to continue, you will be signing papers right now. But it was just like the fact that you didn't have that mental strength to carry on, like, we have to see more of you now. Like, we have to see. We want you to show us that if you make a mistake, that's calm. You're young. It'll happen. It's how you bounce back in the game, not the next game, in the next minute, in the next second. You make a mistake. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Get the ball in there, kick it to the middle, and we go again. And sometimes I think, right, like, if I just didn't feel sorry for myself, what the situation would be now? Do you know what I mean? Little things like that. And yeah, man, like, I just kept on playing and I just didn't get signed.
Going back to that moment though, what? Obviously, you've made a mistake. We've all made mistakes, you understand? But I always say the goalkeeper is the toughest position on the pitch because it's a lonely world out there.
100%, man.
You're on your own. You're on your own, and nobody really gives you credit for having a good game. But one mistake and you're judged forever. And we see it with the big boys. You know, we see it in the Premier League. They're the first people who will criticize. De Gea makes a mistake on his near post. We'll talk about it for days and days and days, and we'll discuss if he's the best in the world. He could be. De Gea was the best in the world last summer, and now he's not. That's just how
he's like there's so many people think there's so many people in front of him now, but that's just the way it is. And one other thing about it, man, what's crazy about it is when you're in this YouTube scene, it's even worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to that anyway, but I'll go back to that moment in Cambridge.
Yeah,
anyway. So you've made the mistake, obviously. Now this is very important. It's very important. So we have to get this right, and I have to get this out of you properly. Is that the advice and the feedback you get in this moment is if your mental strength is correct, you could be pro. Now you say it yourself, you sit back and you reflect back and you watch the game back over and over again, and you can see the exact moment that costs you a potential pro contract.
Yeah, a scholar, but which could have led to a pro.
Yeah, cool. A scholar even, and kids will kill for a scholar at any position.
100%.
More so a goalkeeper, because it's probably even harder to become a goalkeeper.
Probably even harder to become a goalkeeper. What made it even tougher is I played against the other clubs, and I knew that I was better than them. I knew that I was better than their goalkeepers. The Southend one exception, because he's playing at Man United now. He got signed. You know Nathan Bishop?
Yeah.
I played against him that day, and he's signed at Man United now. But it's crazy. But I knew I was better than them, the other goalkeepers. But honestly, I'm not using a race card. I'm not using the race. Don't get it twisted. I'm not using that race card. But I feel like if you're Black and Asian within academy football, there's a certain with academy football within whole of football, non-league especially now, it's tougher. It's tougher because I know players that could be playing Conference Prem, League 2, but there's certain aspects holding them back. But that's just the way life is, man. Not even football. That's just the way life is. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and everyone has like I said, it doesn't matter what nationality or what race you are. I think you can be white, black, or brown. When it comes to football, because it's so subjective and because it's such a competitive-led sport, I think we have to remember that it's so competitive, the game that we play, that when it doesn't go our way, sorry, you said that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, when it doesn't go our way, we can overthink the process. It can happen. I'm not saying
100%.
I'm not for 1 second saying racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying that discrimination doesn't exist.
Me, I agree with what you're saying, 100%.
But we can overthink that situation. Yeah, we can overplay it as well. It's like going back to the situation from Cambridge. Like, how many times have you reflected and watched that situation back, and also made it? And I'm not saying that it's something that Theo said the other day. You ain't got time in life to feel sorry for yourself. You understand?
100%. And the thing is, because I chill with Theo a lot because of the whole Baiteze thing, like group chats, match days, bro. Even now, I still feel it's just something about me that, like, if I make a mistake, I don't let's pattern it. I need 5-10 minutes to flip sake, man. Like, do you know what I mean? And Theo tells me this all the time. Mentality, keep head up. Football's a confidence thing. Football is confidence thing, and that's honestly why we'll get onto this season and our past couple seasons in a bit. But that's honestly why it's been a bit weird in the last couple seasons. But we'll get onto that later, innit?
Yeah. No, that's the key element here, which is what I think whoever's listening should take away from it. That football is confidence and football is mentality. It's all about talent. Everyone talks about talent. Everyone talks about hard work. Everyone talks about that. And when you've got all of those things, but that mentality to go in an adverse situation again sets you apart from, and that's why I always keep this guy behind me. Like, I always keep that shirt there. I always ask that question, because if you want to talk about mental strength of character, here's a kid. Here's the guy you want to go back to. You want to go back to 19-year-old Ronaldo getting his teammates sent off at European Cup, World Cup, whatever it was, coming back to this country, coming back to English fans. You know, he's a foreigner. That's got to be the most intimidating time of his life. And what does he do?
100%.
But you say, all right, then cool, whatever. Let me just go score a hat trick here, 2 goals there, be top scorer here, go and become the best player in the world. Nobody talks about him getting Rooney sent off anymore because he's done what he needed to do.
He's achieved it. Like he's achieved it. He has that right within himself to brush it.
But then again, on the contrary, it could have gone the other way, where he could have come back, folded, left the country, gone to play wherever else, and not been the Cristiano Ronaldo that we know today.
100%.
So it's that mindset that set him up.
Mindset is such a big thing in life, man. Forget even football, especially, but life in general. Mindset is ridiculous, man. Like, you can't feel sorry for yourself in this day and age, bro, because people are constantly working. Especially in football, like, people are constantly working. Like, it's mad the hours people are putting. Like, even now, when man them should be social distancing, like, not just like bailing one out, but I know man them that are grafting with each other. Like, they're going out, they're working, and there's others I know that just do nothing at home, but they want that pro. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't fall on a plate like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. Like, I know for myself, if I was injured, I would be out kicking a ball. I'm not saying I'll be training, but I'll be out kicking a ball just because I enjoy football. But people don't enjoy football for themselves. Just be like, okay, cool, let me go out and even kick a ball. Forget about training, then just go kick a ball just because I enjoy it. People don't enjoy football as much. And that's why sometimes the mindset isn't as strong as it should be. But that's just, it's a weird one, man.
And obviously, once you've done your trials and you've come out of the Cambridge system, then obviously you had some stints at semi-pro level, National League sides and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so touch us briefly on a little bit of those on those experiences.
Cool. So obviously these times, so don't get my pro. GCSE's come out very good, alhamdulillah. So I decided that cool, let me go to sixth form. But I go to like a football sixth form minute where I do A levels and football and etc. etc. Like the setup was incredible. Like Barking Abbey, like if any of you man want to go to like a good football sixth form and you're from ends, Barking Abbey's amazing. Like the coaches, facilities, everything's good, man. So I go there now. I'm playing for the Essex side as well. That's the first year, so I'm playing for the county side, which is good. And as a first year, I'm playing in the first team as well in the Barking Abbey side. So I was playing all the big competitions, the nationals, etc. Like we're traveling all over the country. Yeah. So I do that. Like it was a good season for me, to be honest, man. Like it was, alhamdulillah, it was a very good season for me. There was a couple clubs. We played at MK Dons. Wimbledon were interested in me a little bit, but it just football just never went through. And then at the end of the season, we got to the National Cup final, playing against Durham at Coventry Stadium, and we won that 2-1. So that was all good on that, man. Like that was like that point. I was like, okay, cool, man. I actually enjoy football again because it was weird. Like I was enjoying football, but I feel like at Barking Abbey there was a lot of stuff I was enjoying as well. Do you know what I mean? Like there was a lot of like stuff going in my head.
Got it loud and clear.
There could be like, you know what I mean? There could be family members watching this. So I'm not trying to play myself out, but there was just a lot of distractions, innit? There's a lot of distractions. So I potentially didn't put as much into football as I should have, innit? So yeah, man. So I didn't really play for any semi-pro teams just yet. Next year, the second year after, that's when I started to like delve into sides. So I don't think I did really done anything football-wise in that pre-season. So yeah, I came back second year, Barking Abbey. Again, first team, again playing for county, but this time I start training with West Ham, the academy, the 23s. So that was amazing for me, man. Like the experience,
was that from Barking Abbey? Did they give you that opportunity?
Yeah. So obviously the goalkeeper coach knew the goalkeepers at the goalkeeper coach at West Ham, and he was like to me that a lot of our keepers, they go on international duty a lot. And we still have a couple of keepers that don't. But the sessions are just dead with like 2 keepers. So we want to get we want to get one more in. So give us your best academy keeper. We bring him to West Ham, and if he does extremely well, you never know what could happen from it.
Yeah.
So I'm going in now. I remember like the way my day worked was unreal. Like it was mad at Barking Abbey. So okay, cool. What happened now was I used to go do period 1 at Barking Abbey. I used to get a cab from Barking Abbey to Chadwell Heath, or I can't remember, it was the academy one. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah.
Chadwell Heath.
Yeah,
Little Heath. It was Little Heath. Train, have breakfast, come back come back to Barking Abbey, do period 3 and 4, and I was mad. Like, I used to walk into Barking Abbey. Yeah, I used to walk into as the man, like if you just went to West Ham, like I used to walk into Barking Abbey as the man. But obviously I couldn't do dumbness because I had, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I couldn't do any dumbness. But yeah, man, and so I used to finish the rest of the school day there and train at BA after. So I was training like full time, man. I was training full time basically. I was training West Ham in the morning.
Yeah.
Then I was training an extra hour in the gym. And then I was training after school as well. So I was training like a pro. And even sometimes after that, I used to go train with the Mandem. So I was potentially playing 8 hours of football in a day, but I enjoyed it and I loved it. So it was sick for me. And so that went on for a very long time. I think that was like 7-8 weeks. And then eventually just nothing happened from it. Like, and so school year finished. Like we didn't really get into any noticeable cup finals or anything like that. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I left sixth form now. I don't know what to do with myself. I had uni offers in America. I even went out to America to potentially go do football there. So I went out for a week and a half-ish to go see the university in Chicago. And alhamdulillah, again, like my parents were unreal in supporting me for this. Do you get what I mean? Like they allowed me to go out to America. They said, I could tell like I'm a mummy's boy, innit? Like my mum, me and my mum get on all the time. Like that's my guy, innit? So for me, to be like to my mom, sit her down and be like, I want to go to America. Like I'm ready to go to America to do this football university thing. She was like, yeah, go for it, man. Like if that's what you really want to do, go for it. But I knew deep down she was upset, man. But that's just the way it is. So obviously now it happens. I go out to America, enjoyed the opportunity. It was so amazing. I'm getting ready. Like I do my tests. I start paying for my fees and all that, little bit. I even got my room patterned. Like I knew the room I was staying in. So, and then I was so basically during second year time, I was also playing for Sutton United in the conference. And I was playing with the 23s and training with the first team a couple of times as well, innit? So that was unreal as well. So it was just like I'm at West Ham, but I'm also at Sutton as well.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. Like I was West Ham's 23s and training with Sutton's first team sometimes. So the level of training I was getting was sick.
Yeah.
Like it made me feel
it was basically
like,
you were making up the training that you hadn't got from the young age all the way up to there.
Exactly. And the thing is, both levels I was holding my own. Like, I didn't look bad. I didn't look bad. So yeah. So obviously I had 4 options when I left sixth form. I had to go full time at Sutton, but the wage was crap.
Okay.
Then to go America, then to just go university in England, and then to what was the last one? Oh, and then I got offered an apprenticeship, a really good apprenticeship. And I was like, okay, cool. I have these 4 offers on the table. My agent bells me, was like, Morecambe, I need a goalkeeper for first year pro. They badly need one, and they're broke at the moment. So let's see, go up there, do your thing, let's see what happens. So I got up there for 4 days. When I mean they're broke, they put me in a hostel for 4 days, bro. It wasn't a hotel, it wasn't digs, a hostel, bro. Like it was the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. Like it was mad. It was mad. I was actually in a hostel. Like it was crazy. So I train. They was like, yeah, man, you're unreal. Like obviously they see me play with Sutton before, and they knew about what I was doing, and they see me just play. They was like, mate, like we really think you'd be a good asset here. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. So I go back to ends now. My agent's dealing with like things, bro. They offered me a contract, and the contract was ridiculous. I couldn't live off that. Like I was meant to be paying for my own food, obviously food when I'm not in training ground, my own accommodation. But with the money they was giving me, it was ridiculous to live off. So I was like, nah, man, nah. Like I wanna be a pro, but I also wanna save for something I wanna invest in. I can't do that with that. So then I was like, nah, brush it. So I had 4 options. Out of the 4 options, I decided to go to do my apprenticeship. And that is when my life just went spiraling down. Like we've spoken about beforehand, innit, about like what happened. So I'll dwell on a little. I don't want to go into too much detail with it, innit. So amazing company, but my football took a huge hit. So what happened now was, I can't remember, was it first? I'm trying to think what season it was. Oh, actually, yeah, cool. So that's when I really delved into non-league, innit?
Yeah.
I really delved into non-league. So I was playing for Sporting Bengal, and Tilbury. And I was playing well. Like, I was actually playing very well. Like, my name was getting out there. That end of the season, I ended up at Harrow playing a couple games for them in the Prem. So that was unreal. Like, that was a good experience for me. But honestly, like, I just couldn't handle the 9-to-5 pressures, bro. Like, it was mad. Like, mentally, it was crazy. I've never felt like mentally drained. Like, I didn't realize mental health was such a big thing.
Welcome to normal people's world.
Bro, and I was 18 at the time, bro.
Yeah.
I was 18 at the time. Like, it was crazy.
But then, just honest, obviously, you took your apprenticeship, and you know it clearly wasn't the right option. But do you ever look back and think, you know what? I had a pro Morecambe. That's pro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a pro contract sitting in front of you. You know how many people would have killed to have that contract in front of them?
But bro, I just couldn't do it, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, I love football, innit? But I just couldn't do it. And there was other reasons why. Like, dumb reasons, like stupid, childish reasons why I didn't do it. Because obviously, you know the ones when you think, yeah, man's gonna be there forever. Like, you know, them ones, like, I can't really go to it. But ultimately,
I am not justifying you right now. Because all I'm hearing, one second. For people who are watching this, no. I'm just going to put this out there right here.
No, obviously, me and Wood,
he's
done me about before.
F'd up, bro.
No, bro, I genuinely think I didn't.
You got a pro contract sitting in front of you. Obviously, this is a matter of opinion, yeah? Now, I'm an advocate for if you want to go and look, it ain't going to be pretty. There's no way. And I've heard stories from all over the place. I've had people turn down scholars. I've had people turn down pros. People chase pros. Yeah, someone like Theo who went abroad to chase his pro.
Yeah.
You understand? And he can't have been getting that great of money as well on a pro deal like there. But you get different. And this is where it comes back to this. This is why for me, it always comes back to the mentality. Because I have this mindset which is if you get offered something and it ain't nice, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
No, 100%.
That's just my mindset. It's like that old saying, innit? And then you come from an Indian background. So do I. And you know when you're sick and they give you this bug medicine that looks like it should not be eaten by an animal, let alone a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they say to you,
the haldies, all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, the best medicine is the one that looks the worst and smells the worst. No, who made this dumb theory up? But at the end of the day, you take one sip of that thing, and Lord knows what it does to your system. That boom, you're back up and running again, like within no time.
But bro, honestly, with me, I don't regret it one bit, bro.
And I respect that. 100% do respect.
But honestly,
but again,
honestly,
hindsight is something that really shouldn't be talked about, because if we fast forward now to where you are and what you're doing, obviously you took that job, you had a 9-to-5 experience, blah blah blah. And some people may criticize you and say, well, why didn't you take the pro when the pro was offered to you? If that's what you were chasing, why didn't you take it? But you knew, or you didn't know, but you took your chance and you said, nah, I'm not gonna just suffice for that. You feel like you deserve more than that, which is fine. That's your prerogative. Yeah. You understand? That's respectful. I can respect that, and the viewers should respect that as well. At the same time, you got your experience in a working man's world. So not only have you had, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got that side of it as well, and I completely understand what led you to that. And obviously, you realize quick enough that world is a dangerous world. It's for certain people. Like, you know, it's not for me and you. Even though I do it, it's not for me and you. You know. Football is where our mind is. Football is where our heart is. Football is what we want to do. And you're still there. These Baiteze boys and their connections. So mad. Nah, not all you Baiteze boys. I'm just joking about that.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you see me?
I can see you though. This guy says to me it's 4G, unlimited, boo, 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 boo.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Give me 1 second. We're back. Yeah. So anyway, we're going back with his wonderful 4G. He's back again.
You're buying that one, man.
I know, but real talk, like, so you did that. But then obviously you're one of a few brown faces, Asian faces that we now see on the YouTube scene. You understand? People seeing you on Soccer AM. People, you're doing your thing with Baiteze. I'm not boring you. I watched the question and answer session. Yeah.
No.
You're the
That's what I want to go into.
You're the second choice keeper at Baiteze.
Yeah, 100%. But we spoke about this already, innit?
Yeah. Now we need to dive into that a little bit because for me it's a big deal anyway. Like the fact that you're at Baiteze, you're on Soccer AM. I see you on Soccer AM, and every kid growing up watches Soccer AM. I don't know about the new generation, but especially us lot, young generation, we watch Soccer AM. Do you understand? When I see you on the screen, I'm like, yo, who's the Asian boy? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, for me, that's great. But what's it like being at Baiteze? You know, what's it like trying to work your way to become number one?
You know what it is, yeah. Like, in my opinion, you can't just go from turning down a pro to not being able to get into start 11 on Sunday side. Like, there's stuff that happens in between, innit? Like, no excuses or anything, but ever since I left sixth form, it's been a rocky road for me. Like, and alhamdulillah, I'm good now. Like, when I was working my apprenticeship, I went for a very tough time. Like, I hated football. Like, I just couldn't stand it. But I had someone who was very good to me and helped me a lot get out of that situation. I don't really delve into it, but like, she was extremely good to me, so I have to thank her a lot. But I can't lie, I really took a hit with football. Like, even now, like, my body was just not up to scratch because I was sitting on a desk all day. Even now, like, I put on a lot of weight. I've lost a lot of muscle. I put on a lot of weight. Like, that's like the worst thing you could do. And I just had that stint where I just didn't enjoy football. And I was turning up, not like just moving both. And I just played crap. And I just hated it. I just really hated it. And that's why when I come back from injury, I have so much to prove. It's mad. Like, I can't wait. Like, that's one thing that's driving me to do well and get fit quicker, because I know I have so much to prove when I get back fit in the non-league scene, and especially in the YouTube scene. Like, I don't care what anyone says. When I'm back from injury, it's going to be raps for everyone in that YouTube league. Like, I'm going to come back bigger. I'm going to come back. Oh, you have to understand, I'm already one of the youngest in the whole YouTube scene in itself. So, like, anytime we play YouTube teams, I'm probably the youngest. Like, I can't really remember anyone else that's younger than me. So, already youngest as a goalkeeper. When everyone else plays non-league, they already know, okay, cool. Let's get on to Ibby, man. Let's pressure him. He's young, he's skinny, do you know what I mean? Like, let's put it on him. So, I just know when I come back, at the moment, I always say to myself that I am second choice. Like, Mark at the moment is better than me. In my opinion, I think that I'm better than him on my best days. But I generally believe right now he's better than me, because I don't have nothing to. In the last season, I've had like 4 or 5 good games, if that. At the moment, he's better than me. I can't even in that question answer. I never said I'm better than him. I said if I honestly think I'm better than him when I'm fully fit. But at the moment, I'm even this season, I'm nowhere near fully fit. Like, I'm not making excuse for myself.
I don't think there's anything wrong in you saying. I don't think there's anything wrong in anybody saying that they feel they're better than somebody else. You know, I mean, you asked that question to Ronaldo, 21-year-old Ronaldo. I mean, if you've seen the interview, 22, 23 years old, I think he is, when he's with Rio and Anderson, and the report asks who's the greatest player of all time. He's 23 years old. Remember, he ain't done nothing yet. Yeah, I think he just won 1 league title or something. And Anderson said Maradona, and Ferdinand said Maradona, and Ronaldo turns around and says me. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that confidence. But if you talk it, you got to walk it. You understand? So we're gonna keep that there. We're gonna say, look, Ibs, I respect that. I'm supporting you because you know I am.
Yeah.
I'm your elder, and I will always support you. But now you've said it, you got to now go and talk it. Because I see Mark's a fantastic goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's good, bro.
The boys at Baiteze, they know their thing. Do you understand? And I think you're around very good company there. Because, they'll get onto you, which is part and parcel of the YouTube scene. You understand? You got it's part and parcel of football. Any banter, any change. You've been in so many changing rooms. You know if you have a bad game.
Like, you see, no, Ricky, you seen it, bro. You seen it. Bro, you seen it with tablet. This is different.
It happens. Like, if you look, even as a coach, if I mess up, the players are gonna be onto me. That's just life.
Bro, it's life, bro. So, it's life. And I want that clip where I said when I'm back from injury, it'll be wrapped. I want you to keep that.
Yeah, 100%.
Give me 12 months when I have an operation, when I'm back, you man will see it. But at the moment, I will say it to YouTube. Mark is better than me. I can't talk.
Yeah, and I respect that. Look, knowing your lane is the first most important thing. Being a realist is very, very important in life in general. Just knowing what the truth is out there. Because sometimes some people, they get in on themselves. They'll say, "Oh, I'm better than this. I'm better," but they don't want to put the work in. Now, what I'm hearing from you is you're going to put the work in, which is great. That's what we want to see. Put the work in and move yourself. You're 21 years old.
20.
You're 20 years old. You're a goalkeeper, mate. You ain't even close to your peak yet. You ain't even close to how good you can be. So my advice to you, obviously, I know this is a podcast about you and it's about you speaking, but my advice to you on a platform like this is do what you said, put your head down, knuckle down, and work. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right now is your time for rehabilitation. Get your knees strong, get yourself fit, and keep watching Mark, keep watching the competition, because he's your mate, but he's your competitor at the end of the day. You're both fighting for the same shirt. And it's the same advice I give to my youngsters. You're going to be friends on training on a Saturday, on a Tuesday, you're friends.
That's all good, but you want to take his shirt on a Sunday.
Sunday, it's all about the shirt. Sunday, sorry, it's all about that competition.
Facts,
so,
100%.
And it's the same thing. If there was Mark sitting in front of me here, I'm not saying that because I know you or anything like that. If Mark sitting in front of me,
it's true though.
To him. I would say the same thing to him and say to him, listen, if he's coming for your shirt, what are you going to do to keep it?
It's true though. And even away from the YouTube scene, I feel like I have something to prove in the non-league scene. Like, I swear my life, it's just been a weird season for me, man. Like, it's just been, on Saturdays, I play for Corinthian Casuals in the Boston Prem. You know that's a good level for my age. Yeah. Play unreal, clean sheets, penalty saves, fans are singing my name. To go on a Sunday the next day and struggle at Sunday League just because my mentality can't hack it. The YouTube is just a different scene. Like, it's just been a weird season for me, man. But just know, when I come back from injury, I have a lot to prove, man. Like, I can't, like, honestly, inshallah, I can't wait, bro. Like, first things first, we just need to get this operation out of the way if I could restart anything else, man. Because you know what it is, yeah? I always tell myself this. I'm young. I don't have a full-time job. Obviously, I have other things that I've invested my time to money. But I don't know, I'm in university. Like, this is the perfect time to push in whatever direction I'm pushing. Like, I really want to push into this YouTube scene as behind the scenes, because I do help behind the scenes with Baiteze a little bit with socials and that. I want to push in that sector, but also I want to push my personal brand. Like, at the moment, I got my first brand over this Goalkeeper Girl company. So if any of you goalkeepers out there, use my promo code, innit? IBIU1. That's the plug yourself.
I'll put it in the YouTube.
Yeah, do that. Just basically save my Instagram, innit? It's basically saving my Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll put it in the description. Want to get think of S1 goalkeeping? It's good man brand, man. So yeah, but like, I've played with pros. I've been on Soccer AM. Like, I could say my grandparents got to watch me on TV. Like, that's unreal for me. Like, my grandparents. Look,
I don't think you should be too harsh on yourself, too negative on yourself. At the same time, I don't think you should be overly confident in yourself. I think you're doing a very, very good thing. You know, like, for me, watching, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the journey, and I'll continue to enjoy that journey. Do you understand? Not just yourself, the Baiteze scene, the guys, your brother, you know, everyone within the area, whatever they're doing, like, we've all got to be behind it. We have to be behind.
Like, even the whole situation with Milano, bro. Like, I try to support them as much as possible because I love what they're doing. Like, even by the whole charity thing about giving food to the NHS staff in poverty, like, and the not poverty, elderly, like, I literally go every single day. Like, even after this, like, this is why we made this earlier, so I could go help with that out. Like, and that's because Milano asked me, well, not Milano, my cousin asked me, but I saw Milano involved. Like, Milano basically not run it, but they have a huge part in it. Yeah. And I respect that so much. Like, this is why I try to use my platform to help raise money for their platform, because they're doing such a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I tried to do, so the Mayor of London team got in contact with us about doing something for the London Marathon thing. And they asked for a charity. Bro, I told Baiteze management, we need to use this charity. Like, they know what I'm helping with. They know. They was like, yeah, that's perfect. Like, it just makes sense. I'm like, yeah, that's calm.
And that's what I like to see. I like to see that the whole, before we used to say it, that we all need to come together, we need to come together, we need to come together.
Even now we still do.
And we still do, but now I'm seeing more of it. I'm seeing more of it.
Like, even with Milano, I tried to organize
just on that,
as a friend
on the weekend, just on that weekend when I came to do the distribution that you're talking about, you could see that, just looking there, you can see, even though we're all doing our different things, we're all jumping in our separate cars and going to deliver to different areas and stuff. But that's all of us, in one area doing the same thing.
Oh shit! Sorry, my battery came.
No,
is it back? Yeah. No, like even because me and my cousin, we go to pick up the food from Saffron's kitchen now, innit? Just because we do the Leighton round, innit? Bro, the format, the organization that they have is unreal. Like, it's just literally everyone's doing it for free. No one's getting paid. No one's getting paid. And this is the thing, when you see all these guys that you see and stuff. Now, see how I'm your elder. All of them lot are my elders. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Exactly.
Now I'm actually seeing the whole chain coming together.
The whole chain.
Like, it's mad. Now it's mad.
Like, in a few years, your boys that you coach
will be your youngest.
My youngest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the way. And now we just need to constantly have that bond and that good thing that, okay, cool. If you need, like, with you, bro, let's be real, we haven't known each other for a long amount of time. Nah. But I know I could come with you and be like, yeah, bro, this is happening. Can you help me? Can you give me advice? And I know you'd be like, yeah, let's go, man. Let's go out to eat or whatever it is. Like, let's pattern it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this, like, that's what it needs to be like. And this is what Theo's talking about as well with the whole community. Like,
I really enjoyed talking to Theo because it was the first time I've probably spoken to him, but he gave me that vibe where it's like, you know what? It's not. I'm not talking to someone big time. I'm not talking to someone and he's conquered. He's done a lot of things, and he could, if he wanted to be big time, he could be big time if he wanted to be.
He gets YouTube comments they're crazy. Like, they made me so much stronger mentally. But Theo, big time. You're big time. You're big time in the YouTube comments all the time, bro. Theo's not big time.
Nah.
He knows the set. Do you know what I mean?
He's humble.
He knows what it's like.
Yeah, and I did really enjoy talking to him.
But you know what? Man. Like, even when he talks to us, like, we have the conversation about man them supporting man them all the time, and to extent is very true. I've started seeing it more after he's mentioned it.
Yeah.
So
no, but I see that when I watch your videos. What I really like about the Baiteze videos is the unity. Do you understand? Yes, you'll get onto each other, but there's a unity at the end of it, and I can see it in all of them.
Yeah, we're a family.
In J9, in Imed, every single person there's a unity there, and that's what I like to see.
It's a family thing.
And us guys, we're just bystanders, we're just watchers, we're just viewers, we're just fans at the end of the day, and if anyone from Baiteze is watching, you can say that we enjoy what you're doing. You understand? The younger crowd enjoys what they're doing.
Yeah, man.
As I ask, so now you know what, Ibs, this has been a special conversation.
No, 100%, man. I enjoyed this one.
I'm definitely gonna have you on again. I'm thinking about taking this to a different format, different way, making it a little bit more banter and stuff. So watch this space, basically. Watch this space. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on.
I enjoyed that, man.
Guys, I'm gonna put Ibby's socials down there. I'm also gonna put the link for the discount of S1 goalkeeping in the description. So by all means, if you're a goalkeeper, go and give S1 a follow and go use Ibby's codes and stuff. Ibby, once again, absolute pleasure.
Love, my bro. I appreciate that, man.
You know what to do. Like it, share it, subscribe it.
100%, man. Do all of that.
All of that stuff.
Do all of that, man.
And I'll see you in a few days' time for another episode. Till then, peace.